What's up people, welcome to the DjViperStar tutorial on how to begin to mix. So right here we're going to be starting off with two soul tracks which is supposedly with a nicer structure. So here we go, let's switch the camera. Right, so the first track is gonna be a 170 BPM soul track. This is Soul and Rob IYF featuring Crystal. This is I Wanna Stay. So this is 170 BPM. And the second track is gonna be Soul featuring Sarah. That is Dopamine, and that's a 175 BPM track. So how do you make the tracks work together? So as you can see right here, this is a 170 BPM track. So by simple maths, you're just going to increase the BPM using the pitch slider roughly about 3% more, and that makes it 175 BPM. So because of that, we are good to go. They are both at the same BPM. So what you would want to know is that you would want to mix this little part here, which is your intro of the track, into your chorus, which is pretty much this little pinkish area here, or whatever you want to call it. So basically it's the chorus, you can call it giant blocks or whatever. So similarly, you want to mix it into your chorus, which is this red block here, this red block here, this pink block here, or whatever. It all works. So basically you start it at the first one, not the second one. That also depends on this, how long it is. And then you can also start it at the back here, which is your outro. Alright, so first what you want to do is to cue the beat on the first beat of your track. And yeah, let's begin. For the purpose of this tutorial, I will not be using the crossfader, so it's gonna be right smack in the middle.
I wanna stay all night. When the music plays, my problems fade away. Stop time, cause I never wanna leave. Can I stay all night so I can put myself under a magic spell?
Alrighty, so when you want to mix in the track, you do want to ensure that your next track bass is down. So on my mixer here, it's in orange because I modified this mixer. So this one's up, which is the current track that's playing, and this one, you need to turn it down, all the way down to the bottom, and ensure that it is 0. Now prepare to mix in.
I wanna stay.
And now it's nicely beat matched. Next up, you want to prepare to cut the bass, so basically turn up the bass on the second track and cut off the first track. And there you have it, the perfect mix. For the record, I just hit Q again and started again because I think it flows a little bit better, but of course you can cut it the first time around without hitting Q at all, and you can just do that same thing, switching the bass and just cutting it off straight away. Right now, we're gonna go a little bit into the EQ. As you probably already know, this one is the bass. So the mids generally your vocals, and your highs are generally like the instrument stuff. So I'm going to cut them out one by one, and you can see what they actually do. We're going to cut the bass right now, that's the low knobs. Then we're going to cut the mids. And we're going to cut the highs. So yeah, that's pretty much what they do. So if you want a smoother mix, definitely play around with the mids and the highs. But it's not 100% that you need to do that. It'll still work if you just play with the bass alone.
So this feeling, I never let it go. It's my heart, my love, my every little thing. Makes me wanna say, oh, talk for me. Talk for me.
Right now we're gonna bring in the next track.
Feel it in my brain. Oh,
So you can start it here. Or you can wait onto the point where I have the A marking as well. That works also. So we've loaded another track. This is another 175 BPM track. This is Keep It Mellow. This is the Soul remix. So as you can see, it's already queued up on the first beat. So stand by. Let's go. So this time we're going to do a different transition. We're going to switch over the bass when it hits over to the little red portion there. So stand by. And there we go. We've made another successful transition. So yeah, that's the two general types of mixing you're going to be doing in your mixes. Right, now we're going to be moving into the crossfader adjustments setting. So as you can see, there are like 3 little settings here. Generally, we would just play with like 2 of them. So the one on the left is like a straight cut kind of thing. So immediately it will cut the sound. That's generally meant for scratching. So yeah, that's what it does. And then we're gonna switch it back to the normal setting, which I generally use for mixing. So that just does a more smooth, gradual transition. Next up, we're gonna move into the gain knob. So basically it's this knob right here. So what that does is sort of set like the highest volume that your track can go. So as you can see, this is the volume fader. So this is how loud it can go to the maximum, and no matter how you push, that's only how far it can go. However, if you turn this knob here, it starts going to red. Generally, I try to keep it around number 4 or so. That's the +4 decibels level. I think that's generally alright. Of course, the ideal ones would be in the greens, but oh well, everyone wants to be loud. Okay, if you do not know how to beat match, what do you do? Once again, we're gonna use another soul track for this purpose. So right here we've loaded another one. This is Genre Police. This is Soul featuring Lexi. So as you can see, it's a 160 BPM track, so we do want to make it 175 for easier mixing. So one of the ways you can do that is you can just up the BPM all the way to 175. The other way would be just try and do like a middle point. So for the 175, try and bring it to maybe 170, and for the 160, try to bring it up to like 170. So at least that's not too much pitch bending. But for the purpose of this, let's just increase this one and leave the other one alone. So like I said, you do want to mix into the outro of your track. So generally you want to move it generally about here or there, whichever you prefer. Okay, so we're gonna rewind the track a little bit. Gonna be switching to the other cam again. Let's go. So we're gonna move it to this point. So this is where you will start the track. As you can see, the waveform changes color. That's where the kick comes in. Hear that? But we're gonna stop a little bit earlier so that we can show you the next track. So this one, we're gonna cue it up on the first beat. Basically, that's what you should be hearing. That's your first beat. Alright, so now that we're all ready to go, let's... Let's do this one more time. I think I was blocking the camera a little bit. So queued up on the first beat. So once again, just make it sound like shit. No, it's horribly off. And we're gonna counter, or you can just use the waveforms as a guide. Don't trust the big grits too much. And there we go, another successful transition.